We back, y'all. Episode 38, 100 Simple Life Truths. I had took 2 days off. I was life is interesting, man. Just a bunch of things. A bunch of things. So we back. We back. Episode 38, 100 Simple Life Truths. What I do have to say, and as far as an opening monologue is, consistency and self-reflection leads to clarity and self-expression. So always be trying to figure yourself out. Always be trying to figure yourself out. Figure it out. Confidence in who you are can navigate through challenges with positive mindset. It allows you to make decisions based on your values and goals, your ultimate why, rather than seeking the approval of everybody else. Simple as that. Simple as that. And I'm actually going to start this episode off with my quote. Not my quote, but you know, the quote that I like. I'm actually gonna start it off with the quote, and then I might end it off with the quote as well. Your pain is the breaking of the shell that encloses your understanding. It is the bitter potion by which the physician within you heals your sick self. Therefore, trust the physician and drink his remedy in silence and tranquility. Simple as that. Simple as that. This actually is going to be somewhat of a long episode because I'm looking at the pages and it's 4 pages. So it has bullet points and all of it. So I'm just gonna get straight into it. I missed y'all. I hope y'all missed me. I took 2 days off. Technically, I was really just in the house, just relaxing. Literally, just relaxing. There's more to it, but I took 2 days off. But whatever. So episode 38, interestingly enough, is called "Heartbreaks Are Essential." Heartbreaks are essential. I agree. I agree with it because I said it in one of the other episodes. The first one is like bad, and then it prepares you for the worst, you know. So let's see what he's talking about. Intense pain can come from being jerked up out of a situation you so dearly valued and being thrown into a world that feels so cold and unknown. You feel worthless, alone, scared. Everything you knew, everything you wanted, everything you understood, gone so swiftly. Hmm. That's that's touching. That's touching. But I feel like with breakups and heartbreak, I guess I don't know. For some reason, when I hear heartbreaks, I feel like relationships. But uh, I don't think relationships end swiftly. I think it's a build up, and it just ends. Some situations, but the majority of them, it's like it's gonna end soon. um, He goes on to say, I've had my heart broken once or twice, 3 or 4 times. I lost count. Initially, I thought survive it once, it won't be so bad the second time. When I failed to realize that realizes that the heart doesn't break the same way twice. Whenever you got, whatever got you the first time probably won't get you the second time. Instead, something new, more intense, comes along to knock you over. I've had my heart broken by friends, business partner, women, more than I care to admit. But I'm fortunate never to have experienced heartbreak at the hands of my family. Some of you reading this have betrayal sucks, and I'm sorry if you're reading this is reopening old wounds. As I said though, it's essential. I don't think I've ever had my heart broken by family. My family is pretty solid in terms of as far as families go. Uh, I would say we've had our fallouts. Our listen. Everyone has their moments, and but we always find our way back to each other, and it's never a heartbreak. A little disappointment, whatever, but never a heartbreak in terms of my family. I have had my heart broken by women. I've had my heart broken by friends. Yes, friends that I've actually called family. Yes, I have. Business partners, no, I pretty much do everything myself. And yeah, so I agree with this. A broken heart is an injury on the inside. And with the injury, there's always, I'm sorry. A broken heart is an injury on the inside, and with any injury, there's only so much you can do. It's mostly at the mercy of time. Time heals all, time reveals all, and it doesn't work on your schedule. During this time, life feels intense, difficult to bear, and sometimes hopeless. I want I just want to share some things I realized during those difficult times. None of this is easy, but it's good to keep in mind while time takes its course. Most of these ideas only gain relevance when you go through heartbreak. And in these realizations that make me grateful for the experience. So the first realization is your heart is an organ and it's not broken, but the stresses you're going through combined with the lack of sleep and poor life choices can seriously harm your health. Make healthy decisions. Drinking may appear to numb the pain, but it's really a depressant, and a dangerous addiction and dependency can develop. My mother lost her brother to alcohol after his divorce. Alcohol and heartbreak don't mix. Yeah, I used to be an alcoholic. I used to be an alcoholic, like a heavy, heavy alcoholic, and it wasn't because of a breakup or a heartbreak rather. It was shit. I don't know. I don't know why I was an alcoholic. I was really only drinking socially. I really like drink at home by myself, but I would always get drunk and just like drive home. Like it was like that's literally what I would do. Like literally. It got bad. It got bad for a while, and now I used to just drink like all the time, but now like in my house, in my basement, I have a whole bar and I don't even drink. I don't drink at all. Like I'll take a drink here and there. I'm more likely to drink a beer and just relax instead of like getting like drinking to get drunk. I don't even like that feeling. Like that feeling is alcohol doesn't even taste good. Like you have to mix it and it's don't don't drink. The second realization is even if you're dumped or cheated on, or worse, realize that relationships come to an end because a mismatch of compatibility and priorities. Never mistake incompatibility for your personal worth. If someone dumps you, it's because there wasn't a fit for you. It wasn't a fit, or you weren't taking them where they thought they needed to be. Even if you tell them you're worthless, you're not. Even if they tell you you're worthless, you're not. Even if you feel worthless, you're not. Your personal worth is determined by you. Never allow it to be dictated by another. If you can't love yourself, you have no business seeking love from others. Agreed. A lot of people go into relationships and they're not complete within themselves. They're not happy within themselves. Like you can't depend on someone to make you happy or feel whole if you're not happy and whole with yourself. You should always go into any relationship, any situationship, any situation completely aware and content and happy with who you are, and that person just adds on. Let's say like you should be ice cream and the person should be the sprinkles. Like the ice cream is good even without the sprinkles. The sprinkles add on to it, makes it a little bit better, but most people eat ice cream without sprinkles. So yeah, relationships are like ice cream with sprinkles. Damn, I just came up with that shit on the fly. That's kind of dope. I might use that. To be betrayed. I'm sorry. This third realization is to be betrayed means someone didn't live up to their end of the bargain. That bargain may have been assumed or explicit. Either way, promises are broken every day. Ignore this fact. Ignore this fact. Ignoring this fact is the reason the broken promises sting so much. Expectations are key ingredients to disappointment. The less you expect from others, the less they can let you down. That's a dangerous game. That's a dangerous game because I feel like in order to have people in your life, you gotta have borderline expectations of them, right? Not anything that you know they're not capable of, but borderline expectations in terms of respect and loyalty. Those for me, those are borderline things for me. Like respect and loyalty is like borderline. That's like not border. I'm sorry. Those are baseline. Like if you can't be loyal, you can't respect me. Everything else doesn't really matter. Everything else does not matter if you can't if those two things don't line up. And I do agree with the last part though, that the less the less you expect from people, the less they'll let you down. Like me, I have those expectations of loyalty and respect, but I don't expect anything from anybody. I don't expect anything else. Like I don't expect people to treat me the way I treat myself. I am my own best friend, and I'm coming to the realization lately that I don't need anybody. Like, yeah, of course, everybody. I might want some sprinkles, but yeah, yeah. I agree with that. This part, 100%, and I think that's was the name of one of the episodes too. The less you expect, the less you'll be let down. I think that was the name of one of the episodes. The fourth one is, as much as your mind may say differently, all you have is now. Yesterday doesn't exist. The future can only be assumed. Now is all you have, and it's what you need to focus on. We feel scared and confused when our plans are derailed. Yes. The truth is that uncertainty is the most realistic depiction of our future. Get used to it. Change is not the enemy. It's the only certainty in your life. Focus on adapting. Agreed. I'm having eye problems right now. I can't really see the words on the pages. I agree. I fully agree with this. You got to be adaptable. You got to understand, and I've said this plenty of times in these episodes, that right now, focus on right now. Have your plans for the future, but be adaptable in terms of it's not going to go as you plan. It's not going to go as you plan, and you got to change. Change is not the enemy. Change is actually your friend. Adapting to the situation, growing with the world is blissful. It's perfect. It's what we should all be doing. So what we all should be doing, focus on adapting. The fifth one is, happiness isn't what happens to you. It's how you deal with it. Again, this is easier said than done, but you're better off trying to gain some control over your emotions. We all have plenty to celebrate in life. You can focus on what you have or what you've lost. That focus is a choice, and the emotions that come with that focus is the consequences of the choices you make. So yeah, I've said this plenty of times too. Like, you gotta choose to be happy. Choose to focus on the good. 90% on the good, 10% on the bad. And with that 10%, still look at the good within that bad. So you start over with a whole new 100 out of the 10, and 90% of that 100 should be what's good about what can be good taken out of a bad situation. Because you can flip any situation into something good. So why are you harping on the negative? Happiness isn't what happens to you, it's how you deal with it. Life isn't what happens to you, it's how you deal with it. It's 90% of how you deal with it, and 10% of what happens. As long as you're dealing with it full force, positive, and in control, you have no issues. You should have no issues. You should have no issues. The sixth realization is, unhappiness is when the picture in your head doesn't match with the picture of your life. I've been struggling with this one for a while, for not a while, but for a while. Like the things that I see, and it all comes back up to, I think number 4 was when he said all we have is now. Like I picture, I'm living already in my future. Like I said already, like I'm so locked in on what I got to do to achieve all the goals that I want to achieve, that I'm already living as if I'm in those positions. So the picture in my head doesn't really match with what's going on in my life right now. So that's something I'm struggling with, and I'm still learning. I'm still learning that part. So this one might be interesting. It might actually help me. It might help me learn something about myself today. I forgot to say that in the beginning of the episode. I just realized that. I'm gonna just start saying it at the end. I hope y'all learn something about yourself. Anyway, we'll get there. Happiness is when the picture in your head doesn't match the picture of your life. When you were a kid and wanted that toy and your mom said no, then dragged you out of the store, you were heartbroken. Maybe even mad you didn't speak to her for a while. But you got over it. As you grow, your experiences will just be amplified versions of that story. You're getting what you want, realize that some things are in your control and some are not. You need to meditate on what you can and what you cannot remedy. Work to move on from the things you can't. Agreed. Agreed. You can try your hardest to get the things that you want, but when you realize you can't have them, once you come to that final realization, like this, I can't have this. I can't have this job. I can't get that new car. I can't, you know what I mean? Just, hey, move on. Move on. It's only a small part of your life. Still got so much ahead of you. Maybe you might need to reformulate your plan to get it. You know what I mean? Like, let's take the example he said when you in the store and your mom is trying to, you want your mom to buy you a toy, and she drags you out the store, says you can't get it. So that's what you do. You reformulate the plan. You tell your mom, all right, listen, I mean, kids are not going to think like this, but whatever. It's a hypothetical. You tell your mom, listen, I want to do some chores to earn some money so I could buy the toy myself. You know, like no kid is saying that, but since we're in hypothetical situations, so yeah, just reformulate your plan, reformulate the picture, and take it again. You know what I mean? Sometimes you see the vision. I'm a photographer, right? So sometimes you see the vision and you put the model in a position or whatever. You take the picture and then you look at the camera, you look at the actual picture and it doesn't look good. So then you reposition her, you know what I mean? You retake the picture. So yeah, put it in photographer terms. 4, 5, 6, 7. The 7th realization is comparison is a thief of joy. Who gives a fuck about how many friends are in a relationship? Who gives a fuck about how many friends are in a relationship? What? Oh, I see what he's saying. That's all he wrote for number 7. He's saying basically, if you're comparing if you're comparing yourself to your friends, like, okay, you're the only single friend out of all your friends, then you're gonna be sad because you feel like you are less than, I guess. I don't know. But who gives a fuck, bro? Don't compare yourself to people. We went over this already. I'm gonna link it. I link it. I'm gonna link it in the up top so y'all can see. Comparison is the thief of joy. Yes, agreed. Finally, realize that everything you go through in terms of priority, including your life as a whole. What the hell? All right, number 8 realization. Finally, realize that everything you go through in life is temporary, including your life as a whole. In the grand scheme of things, you'll look back at these events and realize how little they matter. Harming yourself or worse can lead to permanent problems. Feeling helpless feels like you're drowning, and the pain is deep, sickening, and it feels like there's no end in sight. Please remember, with any problem you have in your life, time will help you adapt and move forward. If the stress and pain are too much to deal with, seek professional help. Your loved ones may have the best intentions, but they may not have the skill set to help you through what you're going through. Emotions are related to chemicals in your brain, and we're all unique in our comparison. It's okay if you having eye problems. It's okay if you need to seek additional support to get over what you're going through. I love you for the simple fact that you're taking time to read my thoughts. So please remember you're not alone and you don't have to go through it alone. There are people who want to help you and who know how to help you. Agree. I appreciate everybody that listens to this, man. If you hear, you tune in and you watch every single time I post, or you know what I mean, you double back to it, you save it, because I've seen a couple people saving it. I appreciate you. And yeah, life goes on. Like, what you're going through is not the end. If you're still alive, if you going through it, you can grow through it. As long as you're going through it, you're still alive, and that's all that matters. If you're going through it, you can grow through it. That's it. The butterflies has to struggle in the cocoon to break out. If you were to help it cut the cocoon open, it would develop the necessary muscles to fly. It couldn't develop the necessary muscles to fly. Its beauty comes from its struggle. And so does yours. Heartbreak is like a struggle. Heartbreak, like any other struggle, is essential for growth. So yeah, I agree, man. I agree. We got to go through things to build up our repertoire of things that we've handled. Build up our repertoire of like getting our tools ready so that when the next thing comes, we can have a little bit more control over it because, you know, we've been through things already. We've been through things already. We understand things. We understand life is just life is life. Life is gonna life. And we have to be the ones to push it in the direction that we want it to go in. We have to push it in the direction we want it to go in. It's kind of like a maze. You pushing it, you're going through, you might come to a barrier. You just pivot, go to the left, go to the right. You might have to take a step back, scoot over, go around. You know what I mean? I've said this plenty of times. Man. So I think this episode was pretty interesting. I agree with the whole heartbreak situation. And it's not necessarily relationships. It's like anything. A lot of things could be heartbreak. Not getting that toy at the store, or not getting a promotion, or just the pictures just not lining up in your head. It's gonna break your heart. Betrayal, trust issues, all of that stuff breaks. It's heartbreaking. But the heart is still intact. It's like a wound. You know what I mean? It's a sore. So it'll be back. You guys just get your mind and your heart to align, and you'll be good. And you'll be good. I'm extremely exhausted. I don't know why. I've had a busy 2 days. Busy 2 days. But what I will say is, appreciate y'all for being here. I hope y'all learned something about yourselves today. I do got a couple questions about how, because we're almost on episode 40, right? I might shoot episode 39 today as well, since it's still early. Don't bank on it. But my question is, do y'all think I should make these episodes shorter or longer? Shorter or longer? Or do you think this is healthy? Like each episode, it runs just as long as it should. It doesn't go over. Like sometimes I waffle. Like right now I'm waffling, but I'm trying to get insight on how to make this better. So the first question is, do you guys like the length of the episodes? And if not, do you want them longer or shorter? Right? Because I could just do a bunch of like 5-minute quick reads and then just not give my own thoughts. Or I can read it and not necessarily, I can just read it straight through one time to you, like, and then give my thoughts after, just to minimize it. Because right now I'm reading like every paragraph or every like section and give my thoughts. So do you guys want it longer or shorter? That's the first question. Second question is, do you think I should go on cam? Because I was gonna shoot this episode on camera, right? And then I shot like the first like 2 minutes, and then I was like, hold on, how does this look? Because I had on the Sony Mirror Edge, so I was seeing how it looks on my computer, but the saturation and color grading is not there. And I hate editing. I don't like color grading. I don't like post production at all. Like at all. When I was in media classes in high school, post production was, I just want to shoot and just put it out what I shot. I don't want to edit it, color grade, all that. I just don't like doing that stuff. And maybe it's something that I need to do to like make the series better for, I guess, you guys. But for me right now, this is perfectly fine. I love the way it is. I love it perfectly. But I want to see how you guys feel about it. What you guys think. So should I go on cam? Maybe I should shoot over my phone instead of like my actual camera, because I can play around with the settings on my phone way easier within like shooting myself than I can on my camera. Well, I have another camera that has a flip out screen which I can see, and I also have the laptop, so I can always like mirror the camera to the laptop. It just seems like so much. I don't know. I'm not necessarily lazy. I don't know. I just don't want to do it. So also topic suggestions, because it's come to my attention that what happens after episode 100. Also, I'm vaguely thinking about bringing on guests. Vaguely thinking about bringing on guests. Most likely won't, but it was a thought that came up, that crossed the language barrier. Not the language barrier, across the it came up, right? So vaguely thinking about that. And last but not least, I don't really have anything else. I hope y'all learned something about yourselves. I hope y'all actually enjoying it. I hope y'all actually listening, applying the things that I'm saying. And if y'all have any disagreements, I would love to hear the disagreements as well. Like, because I don't want to live in an echo chamber where everybody just agreeing with me, telling me, oh, this is dope, this is cool. Nah, tell me where I'm wrong, man, so I can get better. Like, tell me my flaws, and I think that's the make of a real friend. Tell you your flaws, because your friends want you to be better. And it's not saying that you telling me my flaw is a set in stone flaw. It's something that you see and I could take it into consideration. And that's how I treat my friends. Like, if I see something that I feel like they could be better at or they can do differently to better themselves, I'll tell them. And I also tell them that I'm open to the fact that I might be wrong, that it's just based on my opinion. And if life is working out perfectly for you, fuck everybody else's opinion, including mine. Including mine. Because I'm just here to make sure you're happy, you're good, and you're advancing in life. And if you feel like the knowledge that I'm trying to give you isn't advancing in your life, don't take it. And that's how I feel. I want people like that in my life. I want rich friends and not monetarily. I want rich friends that tell you straight up, listen, that's not really the best idea. And I'll, put a little bit more discernment into it, put a little more thought into it. And then if I still feel like it's a good idea, maybe they might have a I told you so moment, or maybe I might be like, I told you, see, I got it, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's all love. It's all love. So yeah, that's it. If you feel like answering the questions in the bottom in the comments, you could do that. If you don't, I appreciate it. Just like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm trying to run the numbers up a little bit, so I appreciate y'all. Be safe out there.